So Elon and Donald Trump are about to go to war. They're beginning to, and they're really going to, because things are getting hot. And that deals with Doge's behavior and its actions. What really, in a sense, it was meant to do, or at least what they were hoping to have Elon do, these things that have put Elon in an enormous amount of legal nightmarish hell. Like not just cutting things, like massively cutting Social Security, Medicare, Medicaid, going after people's private data, looking at the data of competitors and that sort of thing, hacking away contracts going out to people, USAID, all of these things that Republicans would like to do, but they know they just can't do them. So what they wanted to do is Elon does the cutting in violation of the United States Constitution so that the cuts can happen and that they can say, it's not us. Oh, it's not us that's doing this. It's Elon Musk and Doge. It's not us. And I know that these things are unconstitutional, but it's his fault, not ours. We're just obeying. We're just being obedient to the man who is doing all the cutting. Not us. Don't blame us. Blame him. The problem with that theory is that there are groups that are filing class action lawsuits for damages for the exposure of people's information. These damages are enormous. They're probably worth more than the damages potentially for the exposure to people's medical information to people who had no authorized use for it, Social Security numbers, your tax information, everything. These litigations are going to be biblical as they come, and it looks like they'll be moving forward a little bit more. They might be restructured because the lawsuits, when Elon was Doge, he had certain levels of protection. And those protections were that he was a federal employee. Not anymore. Now, as a private citizen, these litigations become different. He can't hide as a federal employee. Trump knows that probably has happened. And the question is whether or not, what will Elon do? And how will Trump respond now that Elon's exposures are no longer protected by things like the government, by being a government employee? So, as the conflict moves on, as Elon becomes targeted through the actions of exposing and accessing people's personal information, photocopying it and perhaps sharing some of it, which is illegal. And the specific law that governs this type of information is that there is the federal portion of accessing this type of information. But the crime is that it's not just the federal employee like the Treasury Department. Like the people who work at the Treasury Department can't just access your information and share it. They don't pay federal crimes. Your information is in your state. And so your state can hold them criminally liable. I'll link to the video in my link that covers the law that I believe that is the criminal law that covers protecting your information from federal employees sharing it. Those who are controlling computers full of your private data. So what Trump is going to have to do is control Elon. He does have certain powers to control Elon because Trump is such a corrupt transitional asshole. What he will probably do is the investigations that Elon might think that are over, but they're really not over. They are just on hold until Trump staffs those agencies and tells his Department of Justice, execute those issues against Elon and all of his companies. Go after him, reopen up all those cases, crush him. And he will do that to be able to try to prevent Elon from doing what Elon probably can still do. Elon has vast amounts of personal information, embarrassing shit, on Trump. And that data can be used against him in any one of the other 16 articles of impeachment. And those portions of it that where people could be held civilly or criminally liable when you read the articles. So the risk to Trump is that Elon, out of protection for himself, could become witnesses for the prosecution, for lack of a better term, witnesses for us who are trying to recover our damages from everything that Elon did and everything that Doge did. And that he'll just turn that over to attack Donald Trump in order to cover his own ass. But Trump will hold him probably in bay because he will do just like in New York, and that is threaten to put Elon in prison if he doesn't obey. So that's kind of where we are as a country. And hopefully if you like this information, you like and subscribe, and also look down at the videos. I'll be linking to the comment section, the class action lawsuits that have already been filed for economic damages, that people who are on Social Security and other things like that are what are called your part of class action lawsuits against Elon Musk and others. I believe that case will change and go after Elon directly now that he's no longer a government official. So I hope you like, share, and subscribe to this information. And there's a lot more information if you look at my channel, particularly on each one of the videos of the 16 different counts filed by Free Speech for the People, the other account done by the Citizens Impeachment Movement. Please consider subscribing and joining and getting in this effort. And when you, of course, you are looking at the counts, just don't look at it like you're asking Congress to impeach him. If you can work with lawyers to try to find litigation that you can file under Bevin's actions or 18 U.S.C. 242, deprivation of rights under color of law. Thank you.